Hey everyone, Shark here. Now, I know that it can be hard to find some great horror experiences. As a horror content creator myself, I'm constantly just always looking, scraping that barrel for that next great game or that next thing that's sort of going to give me the chills down the spine, make me just feel super uncomfortable in the best possible way. But you'll find that these days, often indie is king in this situation, indie dev. It seems all the best horror titles are coming from solo projects or small indie teams that don't have a large studio backing behind them. Now, this can be both good and bad. Bad because it can be quite hard to find some of these titles due to lack of promotional material or marketing, but also good because these games aren't compromised by a publisher or a studio backing it, looking to get their money back. So, for example, if a studio put a lot of money into it, they want to market it to as many people as possible to be able to make their money back, because believe it or not, the scarier a game is, the less people are going to want to play it. And that's why you'll find a lot of these AAA games have a lot more action to them than actual, than scary. An indie team can quite literally, do exactly what they want without any kind of interference or worrying about a studio trying to market it to as many people as possible. Now, with that said, I think it's pretty clear that the following games on this list, they're all non-AAA, but oh man, they definitely feel AAA. So sit back, write down the ones you think you're gonna love, or maybe just open up your Steam wishlist and get ready to save them. Oh, by the way, I stream all the horror content 3 days a week on Twitch, so if you're looking for a good time and want to meet a great community, just come say hi, stop in, just say, hey, I'm here from the video, and I'll be like, hey. So here is my top 5 list of the most anticipated horror games for 2022. First up, we have Madison. Now, Madison is a first-person psychological horror game that delivers an immersive and terrifying experience. With the help of an instant camera, connect the human world with the beyond, take pictures, and develop them by yourself. Solve puzzles, explore your surroundings, and most importantly, survive. This game definitely feels somewhat of a spiritual sibling to Visage, especially in its visuals and creepiness. It's due for release on the 24th of June on Steam, but if you head over to the Madison itch.io page, you can actually download the demo, so go take a look. Next up, we have Choo Choo Charles. Now, Choo Choo Charles is described by the following in its description: navigate on an island in an old train, upgraded over time, and use it to fight an evil spider train named Charles, who terrorizes your home. Charles is hungry, don't be his next meal. Sounds pretty interesting, right? The trailer actually, I think, shows off some pretty cool stylized art, and the open world aspect of this game is very interesting. I'm not normally a fan of things that are open world, but I think the trailer highlights a lot of the mechanics pretty well. And although it may seem a bit actiony, I think the tension of dealing with the spider train while changing tracks and monitoring the open world map will make for some really great adrenaline panic moments. It's set for release sometime later in the year, so keep an eye on it. Next up, we have Try to Fall Asleep. Ooh, what's it about? Well, the description is: John Heron survived a horrible accident, damaging his brain and memory. Through falling asleep, he can rediscover his unfortunate past in his dreams. But because of his brain damage, he'll start to see visions and hallucinations, and falling asleep won't be as easy as it seems at first. So this game is technically already out as an early access title, but expect a price increase once they release nights 5 and 6 in the full release. The beginning of each night feels similar to a Five Nights at Freddy's game, but not really. You're essentially trying to fall asleep while not having a heart attack from your night terrors. But where I think this game really takes off is in the dream sequences you play through each night. I don't want to spoil too much, but you can tell the devs really care about this project. Every night felt like a different experience, a different kind of style. I didn't feel like I was ever repeating too much, whereas I feel like if it was just the falling asleep part, maybe it might just get a bit repetitive. But yeah, Try to Fall Asleep. It's available now on Steam in early access with nights 1 to 4, but expect the release sometime this year with that price increase. Now, we're up to the last 2, and let me tell you, I am very excited about these games. They Are Here, which is a first-person horror story about a journalist who witnessed an alien abduction at Greywood's farm. Explore the area armed with a flashlight, Take photos of evidence of aliens' presence and get to the bottom of the horrifying truth. Now, in my opinion, something we don't have enough of in the horror space is actually scary alien games. And I don't mean like the Alien franchise, like Alien Isolation or anything like that. That is scary, but I mean like more realistic, on a farm, cornfields, weird stuff happening, and you're alone with a torch investigating kind of alien horror. Something that feels like it could happen in real life that really just puts you in the atmosphere, in the zone. And I got a lot of that from this demo. There is a demo on Steam for this, and I highly recommend checking it out to see for yourself. Again, this game is set to release this year, but it just sets like a really, really ominous tone when you're playing through it, and I really dug it. Now, we're up to the last game, and to be honest, this would have to be one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most. It's called The Mortuary Assistant, and the demo did things to me. I am a different person after playing the demo. Late one night, you are called into work to handle some embalmings, but there is something different about these bodies because there is something different about you. The phone rings with the mortician on the other end. The rumors are true. You cannot leave. Perform embalmings, handle the various jobs around the mortuary, and exorcise demonic forces all in a day's work. Like I said, I actually played the demo of this game and it was incredibly dynamic. Like, different spooky things can happen depending on like the playthrough. What it was like for me was it was completely different for someone else in terms of when things would happen or if they would even happen at all, it would seem. So one person's experience may completely differ to someone else's. This gives me a lot of hope for the full release in terms of some really great replayability. And I think that's something that the dev is actually trying to like work on to make it something that you can replay. It's also scary. Like, it's actually scary. The atmosphere, the vibes, you being alone in the rainy, the rainy setting, the rain that's happening outside. It's just, it's a mood. It's probably one of the most terrifying experiences that I've played. It also just feels incredibly cinematic, and I believe it's a one-man dev team. So yeah, definitely check that out. It just immerses you in the situation and you just feel so uncomfortable the whole time, and it's everything that you want in a horror game. But don't take my word for it. Just go and play the demo. It's literally on Steam. Go check it out. Tell me what you think. So there are 5 of my most anticipated horror games of 2022. Let me know if you think that I missed any or there should be any others on this list. In the comments, let me know which ones you're looking forward to the most. I'd love to hear. I love talking about horror games. I love finding new horror games. Feel free to suggest me some to play on stream. I'm always looking for that. I'll see you in the next one.